Hi, have you ever built an AI agent only to watch it completely fail in real-world use cases? Why do some companies get 10x more value from AI while others struggle to make it work? Imagine launching your AI agent only to realize it's giving wrong responses or inadequate responses, or worse, are your users losing trust and are being frustrated with these agents? I know this pain firsthand. That's why I created a simple but powerful AI instructions template that I've been using for a while now to build all the agents that I'm working with, and also building my agents in Copilot Studio, Copilot, but also using in my ChatGPT cloud and other AI platforms that I'm testing and learning. So this template has actually improved my agents 100% better and saved me countless hours of rework or rebuilding the prompts or redoing the agent again and again. So below I have listed the frameworks that you can download and start building your AI agents. But also if you can watch the video, you'll understand why this has been my go-to framework to start building agents, which I've been sharing across my colleagues, my friends, and everyone across who are building agents. And they've also seen a lot of structure, as well as the framework is guiding them build these agents faster and more reliable for them. So firstly, I want to start with the number one reason AI agents fail is not the AI itself or the model, it's bad instructions. So your AI is only as smart as the instructions you give it. And if you're not structured them correctly, or if your framework doesn't fall in this, you're only setting up for failure, frustrations, and endless tweaking that you keep doing, and you don't see the actual value of these AI agents. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete blueprint of writing AI instructions that work for you, reducing the time of how to build these agents, but also making sure your version 0.1 is effective already to help your users understand how you can improve them better with their help. So let's start with the analogy. I want to come up with analogies for my videos. So the AI intern analogy is what I'm thinking here. So AI isn't like magic, or it's not someone who can do anything for you. It's just a system following the rules you define the AI agent to do. And if those rules are vague, the AI agent will guess and do things that it thinks are correct instead of thinking what is correct for you. So think of it like hiring an intern or a new employee. They could have been graduated from one of the world's best universities, or they have been coming from one of the biggest companies with a lot of experience at the top of these companies. They could also be brilliant and highly capable and full of knowledge. But if you don't train them properly, if you don't tell them exactly what's expected, what processes to follow, or what you find as accurate, where to find accurate information, they'll be completely useless, because they'll be doing things they have done it like before, instead of understanding what is required for your needs or your company's needs or your team's needs. Without these instructions, it will only make them waste their time. They'll make bad decisions, and also they will give wrong information to the customers or your team instead of learning from you. That's why I think in any hiring process, the first onboarding process is the key. And that's how I think about these AI agents as well. They are same. It might be powered by the most advanced models in the world, but if you don't give it the clear instructions, structured expectations, and the right knowledge sources, it won't perform the way you need it to perform. And that's exactly why bad instructions lead to hallucinations, aka made up responses, conflicting answers for the questions, frustrated users who will stop using. That will also hinder your adoption curve. So adoption will be affected by this. So what's the solution? A structured framework that forces clarity. So let me show you how to do that and go into this video. From my view, first I want to talk about agent composites of functionality and knowledge. So you need to understand what functionalities do you need to give to this agent. So list out the functionalities that your agent needs to do, but then also understand what knowledge sources will complement that functionality that you need it to be. So your agent should be composing of functionalities pillar first, and then the knowledge sources. But also to make this instruction framework much better and easier, so I've built a successful 3-pillar kind of a table for you. So you could use this table as a requirements gathering process for you. So you can start with user prompts, then expected AI responses and knowledge sources. So if you build a table like this and work with and sit with your users, you can start by building building just this table in the beginning to gather all the requirements. So I've done this before. For example, I say something like, how do we compete with a competitor X, or how can we compete with this company? And then that would be my user prompt. Then the answer could be, one of the things I learned is list the key differentiators with real examples for that competitor. So you can example those things. And then the knowledge sources are, do you guys have any playbook? Do you guys have any battle cards? Do you guys have any other things? So by building this framework, you can think of it very easily. Your users will ask the questions, they know what answers they are expecting, and they also know where the knowledge sources lie. So if you know these three things, it helps you further along as you go forward into this thing. And I can share you why this works, right? First, one, it focuses clarity. No guessing, it's just clear outputs. So there is a clear answer, or the expected answer you're already understanding. You can think about this way. You come up with 5 questions and 5 answers. The 6th one, you only have to give the question because it already knows what kind of answer you're expecting. That ensures accuracy. So AI pulls the right sources and also answers the right way that you are thinking, the way you have trained it. And also it helps with troubleshooting easy. If AI is not answering a certain question, or is there an issue, you can come up with a prompt that it has to answer, find the answer, and train that AI with that. This is the expected answer for me. And below, within the framework and the table I'm going to share, not just the table, but the document I'm going to share, you can actually build all these instructions in a framework that will help you. So before you even start writing these instructions, you need to fill this structure. That's what has helped me a lot. So this is the difference between an AI agent that worked for me and the AI agent that was just kind of a chatbot that was glorified, but it doesn't have real context to what the user is expecting. This one step alone has made a development for me, or requirements gathering, 100% more effective for me. So I've been sending this template to all the users who want to build an agent, to my friends as well as within my company or otherwise. So this is a standard framework. This is nothing proprietary, but you could use this and start building that thing for you. So next, let's look at writing these AI instructions. I've given the template, but I can define you here clearly what is happening here. So with the template, once you download the template, you can see exactly what's happening. First, we need to define the role of the agent. One of the things I've noticed is a lot of the people go to instructions and just write a role saying, I want you to do this and this, but without any context. That is only bad because one, you just say something like, I want it to be a help sales team, or something vague like, I want the agent to help sales team to win more. That's not a good instruction. It is very vague, and sometimes it's useless most of the times, what I've identified. The best example, the best way to give instructions would be, you are a sales AI agent that provides competitive insights, pricing comparisons, and also sales pitches using companies' approved data. You can find and other battle cards and things like that. So if you give, this is a good instruction format. Instead of being vague, you can add more and more conciseness as well as clarity to the instructions that you give. And this is my pro tip. If your AI agent's role is unclear, its answers will be unclear as well. So the pro tip here is, make sure you have a clear role. It's basically like writing requirements for if you're trying to hire someone. If you want to hire someone, you will be writing these clear instructions. We are expecting this agent, this person, to do certain things in certain way and certain things like that. So the next one is set of communication rules. Basically, you're telling how it should respond. So you are actually training the agent on how you expect the agent to respond or communicate with the users that are going to use this agent. Firstly, we'll should always start with a tone. Should it sound professional, casual, or expert level? There are different kinds of use cases. There are a lot of times people say professional or casual, but they don't understand. You have to give it the level of expertise that it has to be. If it has to be a sales expert, you have to tell it that you are a sales expert. You are helping the answers in certain way. And also response length, short and direct or detailed explanations. There are cases where I've seen people just expect the agent to answer whatever length it has to be, but that's not the best way in terms of what I have learned, because if you tell it to answer and use the cognitive capabilities, that's when you are using the large language model. Without the cognitive things, it's just giving you search results. That's not what we want the agent to do. So the response length is also a key, and also a follow-up strategy. Should it ask for clarifying questions? There are a lot of instances where people have used the agent and they didn't give the right format, or let's say I'm trying to research about finding a best partner or a solution for a certain company, I just specify the company name, but does not give the agent anything about which company, which industry, or which region they belong to. Without that information, it does not know. So you can train your agent when the user doesn't give the right information to the agent. You can train the agent to ask for those feedback questions or follow-up questions to get the right answers. For example, simply you can say something like, use a confident, persuasive tone, keep responses up to 150 words or less, and ask the users if they need any details or if they want more clarification. So that's something you can write something simply. And the pro tip here is your AI should feel consistent, so not randomly switch tones. So if you understand that, you can add multiple tones based on a question or other things to help you with that. The next section is testing and improving your AI. So here's the process I follow. Step one, I always test broadly, then refine as I go. So start with general prompts, and then adjust based on the results. So if your results are not accurate, if you want them to be more precise, you can start training them as you go as well. The next step would be run real world scenarios. So have actual users test it and note where the responses fail and succeed. One of the things I've done is I've actually included a feedback form within every prompt. So people, if there is a wrong answer or if it doesn't work for them, they could fill the form for me saying the agent has failed for these prompts. So I get direct feedback from my users to get that answers directly. But mostly when I'm building it, I'm the one who's looking at the questions. So I have the direct feedback. So I go back to instructions and clarify that and help most of these agents directly in the first stage itself. Step 3 would be track and update the instructions. AI models keep evolving. So keep refining instructions as the business needs change. One of the examples I can give you is I need the agent to give me a reference email structure or something like that. So in that case, I will write an email format, but as you work with your sales team or others, if you want to change the email format, you have to go back and keep updating those instructions. And the pro tip here is the agent is never completely done. You can keep going on and enhancing that. So it's a continuous improvement process. So if you follow that, you should be very successful. And lastly, final takeaway here is there is a free template here for you to download. So this is the exact blueprint I use to make my agents work flawlessly. So I can go through this here for you, but you can also download this. As you download the agent, you'll notice that the step first is gathering the requirements. Like I mentioned, use the structured framework to gather the requirements. For me, this is more to be simplistic. So you can send this template to a user so they can fill it. So I wanted it to be simple enough for any user to be able to write their query that they want the agent to do, put in an ideal response, as well as if they have any knowledge sources that I can gather and fill that. So I send this table all the time. So users can just get this table and then work with it. It has definitely helped me to increase the efficiency, and also it has increased the accuracy as well. So users have been very trusting the agent. Once they fill this table, I can take those table and fill the instructions below in step 2 that you can see here. So my step 2 is building the template. So start with agent purpose. Like I mentioned in the video, you can start with your agent purpose. So describe the primary role for your agent. I've given some examples here as well. Then you can jump into core functionalities. Like I mentioned, from the table that I've shown, functionality and knowledge. So come up with the function name. So what's the first function you want it to do? Write as many functions as you can. So I've been doing this in ChatGPT. I've been doing this in Copilot and other places as well. So I follow the same format. So if you want to do that, that would be great. And knowledge structure. Not only that, you can just say these are the knowledge resources and attach them or share them through the agent, but you have to go into your instructions and tell the instructions on how to use this knowledge structure. So for a certain thing, I want you to use this document. So once you say that, let's say for example, I'm going to say, if you want to find out what is the differentiator factor between your product and other. If you have a battle card, you can say that reference this document when a query is about this. So the knowledge architecture is also key in helping us make sure the right knowledge is used by the agent, because if you give thousands of documents, you need to give it a clear instructions on which set of documents or folders are key for the agent to go and fetch the data from. Then the instruction framework, like I mentioned below. So user queries and responses. I've given the example here. You you need to have user query, you need to provide the response or the output that you need it to be. You can go a bit more deep. You can come up with use cases and other things like you can see here in the template that I've shared with you. And the other thing also is handling edge cases, which is a key thing. So in the template, you'll see that I've written these edge cases as an example. There are a lot of times people have been building these agents when there is not enough information, it's hallucinating or it's coming up with answers. Or also you need to be very clear in your instructions in terms of edge cases, either contact certain so-and-so person, or you can say fill this form in order to, if the agent cannot answer or find resources, it should be able to do these edge cases. Or if multiple matches exist, how do you want it to rank? Sometimes you can say rank by the region, rank by the industry. So based on your query, you can give those edge case instructions if you have multiple options available. And the final notes here is always summarize the key guidelines, tell them the tone like we spoke earlier, if the agent should provide these things, or if the agent should ask the user to provide more clarity. So clearly indicate when responses are to be approximated or cross category. So helping your agent to understand this is going to be very helpful for you to build this agent. So hopefully once you download this, you can use this and build your own instructions, and hopefully your agent will perform way better for you. So by saying that, I want to say thank you so much. Hopefully you can download this and also reach me on LinkedIn and follow me there. Ask me any questions if you have, either in the comments below here, or please reach me on LinkedIn if that's easier for you. So I'm looking forward to see some good comments to let me know that your agent has performed better. Or if you have any other additional feedback that I can add to the template, please let me know so we can update the template for our community here, so others can also benefit from all the lessons that we are learning together. So thank you so much for joining here. The next video is going to be about the agentic architecture, how we are building this agentic architecture, what my vision is and what I'm thinking about how to build this agentic architecture, but also how can you take these instructions and build the agentic architecture going forward. So please follow and subscribe here for more videos. One of the things for me is I only want to make videos when there is a real value that I can provide. So sometimes it's a week, sometimes it's two, but I'll keep pushing forward with more videos. So please subscribe and like here. I really appreciate all the people who have joined me here for the last 6-7 months and last couple of years as well. So I'm very excited to share more and give more value when I see there is a video that I can make to help my audience and my friends here like you guys. So thank you so much. Please subscribe and like, as well as please put a comment if you need anything. Have a great day. Bye.